And spawning over here, ladies and gents, at the 6 o'clock position on merry-go-round, representing Team My Insanity, winning game number 2 in very Zergy fashion, it has to be said. After choking his opponent onto 3 bases, and then just constantly rolling in with dem banelings, it's Autumn. His opponent, though, also only has to win one more game to get into the grand final of the Swedish qualifier here. He plays for Team Darkstar and won comfortably in game number 1. Can he repeat his success here? He needs to do it one more time. It's Avokado. At least if you've got a name like Avokado, you know you're consistently green. I think Autumn's been switching between red and purple. Very autumny, I guess, kind of colors, although not too many purple leaves about these days. His first Overlord will be able to move across the map and scout his opponent's starting position very, very early on indeed. We also see, from the looks of things, a drone scout as well to the other location. So he wants to make sure... Oh, actually going via... he's going via the center of the map, guys, to make sure there isn't an 11-11 incoming, because around the watchtower is a very, very popular location to go ahead and stick 2 barracks down. So he's actually sent his drone out just a little bit early to make sure there isn't an 11-11 so he can come back and make his hatchery. So cool stuff there coming out from Autumn. And look! Concentric circles on this map, unlike Deadwing, make me very, very pleased. They are also the same size as a hatchery. As you will see when the command center inevitably comes down for Avokado as well. You've got the barracks now completing. We have got gas already mining, of course, so we fully expect a Reaper to be popping out shortly indeed. And there is 50 gas, there is the Reaper, there is the orbital command. So things looking pretty hunky-dory now. And Autumn has spotted that the barracks is there. I think Avokado hasn't spotted that Autumn is in the bottom position just yet, though. So Autumn doing a good job of just keeping that Overlord on the high ground, just keeping it as far away as possible, and make sure his opponent continues guessing where on earth he is. So Autumn, I think it's pretty clear from that last game, Avokado cannot allow Autumn to comfortably get up to 3 or 4 bases. And it's a little bit more difficult on merry-go-round, guys. It's not quite so easy. I mean, if you look at the distances between the natural to this 3rd base, the natural to here, it's a little bit further away. It's going to be frustrating for the Zerg player to hold multiple bases, but really what I'm getting at is that Avokado has to be more aggressive against this. I felt like once Autumn got onto 4 bases and he was really comfortable, he was just happy constantly creating units, constantly sending them in, and Avokado actually had limited opportunity, shall we say, to get damage done with drops. So it felt like Autumn was the one applying the pressure all game. So I really want to see some more aggressive plays come out from Avokado this time around. We're going to be starting with this Reaper, of course. I don't think it's going to get this drone, though. Good save there on the extractor. We've already, of course, got 4 lings out. But the second Reaper is going to be able to help this quite a lot, actually. And the Queen is now out as well, so that should be able to make it a lot safer. You don't really want to be losing workers to this kind of attack early on in the game, regardless of whether you are Autumn or not. And in the meantime, a factory initially started producing a unit, but then went, hang on a second, I need to be swapping this over with the barracks, so we're not actually doing anything fancy. The starport coming down as well, and we have this time the barracks going to be going over here and making a tech lab. I wonder if that means we're going to be seeing some Banshees out of Avokado. We have not seen that this series so far. Autumn now coming from the right-hand side to see if he can spot some hidden tech in the main base, but won't be able to at this moment in time because there's nothing there. Double gas going down in the natural expansion, nothing in the main base yet from Autumn. So no huge amount of gas just yet. This still could be any one of a number of things, only at the 6-minute mark right now. And Queen's now going to be getting to work, trying to spread that creep as far as it can possibly go. We have no more pressure at the moment on the natural expansion. Avokado, they're going to be coming out with his Hellions. And when you combine them with the Reapers and the Banshees as well, it's actually a decent amount of DPS that could be done here. We've got Cloak on the way after the Banshees started for Avokado. Interesting. Which means it's going to be hitting a little bit later with Cloak than usual, but he's happy to try and get some sort of damage done with the Banshees initially, perhaps alongside these Hellions and Reapers, and then come back later on and do more damage with Cloak. Let's see how well this works. We have double evolution chamber plus the roach barn as part of the wall off here for Autumn. So once those roaches come out, this attack is going to be really, really difficult to break into the natural expansion. So I feel like if Avokado wants to do this, he really should do it now. And he sees the other two queens as well, and I think that's going to be enough to deter him. Where is the Banshee? There is the Banshee. It's going to take a little while to get to the base. I don't think he's going to have Cloak when he gets there. We've still got about another 30 in-game seconds before Cloak actually completes. So this Banshee's going to have to tussle with the Queen until Cloak comes out. We don't have Spore Crawlers, though, inside the main base just yet. We have got 3 Queens there now. That's quite a lot. And notice the Cloak is not done, guys. This Banshee's going to have to go away. This gives Autumn enough time to potentially put down a Spore Crawler. We'll see if he does that. Cloak hasn't been cancelled. So I wonder if this is going to catch Autumn by surprise. Usually when you scout a Banshee and it does no damage, you go, oh, alright then, I accept that I'm not going to do very much here. But maybe it'll catch him off guard this time in particular. We have got Cloak completed. It wasn't actually cancelled. And we have these Hellions trying their best to pick off these units at the wall of the natural expansion. He hasn't revealed that these Banshees have Cloak just yet. We have got a second Banshee and more units coming out towards the middle of the map now. It looks like the Banshee's going to meet up with the main army. They want to do as much DPS as possible, as opposed to going behind by the looks of things and trying to pick off workers. So that's interesting here. I'm surprised we don't at least have one Banshee there trying to pick off as many workers as possible, but that actually justifies Autumn basically not getting these Spore Crawlers because he doesn't need them against Cloak Banshees at the moment if they're only going to be attacking ever at the front of the army. And that's why this Overseer is positioned here. He doesn't feel the need to go into his back base, which I think could be a mistake, potentially. If these Banshees went behind, it could end up having a bit of egg on his face, but we've got a lot of Hellbats now morphing in, and this is starting to look like a pretty serious attack. We've got Roaches, though, from 2 sides, and yes, there are Cloak Banshees, but the Hellbats don't look like they're surviving very long at the moment. Using some great concaves in his favor right now is Autumn, and Avocado's attack. The Cloak Banshees are doing a great job. We've got a third Banshee here as well, but the ground armies appear to be basically losing at the moment. Now we have a Roach counterattack. He's saying, look, yes, you've got these Banshees. Are you going to continue trying to attack? Because I'm going to try and completely destroy you on a ground level. And he might be able to do that at the moment because none of these are a bunker. It's just constant supply depotage right now. And the Banshees will be able to eventually pick these Roaches up, but are they going to do it before some of these supply depots go down? It doesn't look like it. There goes one. There's a second one building where the SV is actually getting the heck out of dodge right now. These Marauders doing as much damage as they can, just trying to buy time for the Banshees to completely kill everything off. 2 Widow Mines trying to go through. Ooh, just closing that ramp to the main base. I feel like that was pretty important here. Both of them going down, killing off those Roaches, and the attack has been averted. But guess which player is the one dealing the damage right now? That's right, it's Autumn. He is the one putting the pressure on Avokado and forcing the Terran player basically to stay on his half of the map. And there are 4 Banshees, not a number we normally see in these kind of games, looking to come out here. And Autumn still does not have any Spore Crawls up. He has, though, got Aspire. And I feel like Overseers plus Mutalisk should be enough to wade these off for now. But if he didn't have those, imagine 4 Banshees coming into your base and absolutely wrecking face. That's the kind of thing that we could be seeing. Imagine somewhere in the... You could basically pick off the layer like this if you're not careful. So we need those Mutalisks out. We need them harassing the Banshees ASAP. And here we go. That's actually going to be good enough. Oh, and the Overseer's here as well, unfortunately. The Widowmine actually does a bit of splash damage. And these Banshees, well, they're a little bit of an endangered species right now. Needs to be so careful. Oh, and unfortunately moving out of range, but then moving back into range of the Overseer. All 5 Banshees die. Advantage Autumn, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he's got Hellbats out, but he's trying to defend against Roaches that are running by into his main right now. It's not looking that great. It's 108 versus 59 supply. And the SCVs are actually blocking the path of these Hellbats. That's making it a lot more difficult. These Roaches are doing so much damage. And the Mutalisk coming in from behind, picking off the Marines first. Where is the anti-air? Nowhere is the anti-air. And these SCVs are now just mutafood. And as a result, they're getting pulled, but it looks like this could be the last stand of this game. This orbital command from the natural expansion floating in as well. They're not going to be able to provide any cover. GG! And My Insanity's Awesome, ladies and gentlemen, is through to the finals of the Swedish qualifier of the NorCraft Cup.